Hi, my name is Anna, and today I will be talking about constructivism and three ICT learning tools: Kahoot, the iPad, and Jeopardy Labs. So, what is constructivism? So, constructivism is part of the cognitive learning theory and suggests that individuals construct knowledge from their own experiences. It is believed that learners are self regulators during their learning process, as they are mentally and physically active during the development of new knowledge. Constructivism includes two theories, Pygots's theory and Vygotsky's theory. Pygots's theory suggests that learners shape their learning through individually constructing their knowledge from social environments, whereas Vygotsky's theory conveys that learners shape their learning by constructing knowledge through social interactions, cultural tools, and activities. Furthermore, both theories do agree that learners are actively shaping their own knowledge through either social interactions and or their environments. So here is differences between Pygots's and Vygotsky's theories. So Pygots's theory believes that learners actively construct their understanding of the world as they grow, whereas Vygotsky's social theory believes that learners learn best through collaborative learning. Pygots's theory also believes that there are four cognitive stages. So there's sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Here's just a picture showing how the differences of their learning. Vygotsky's social theory believes that individuals learn through socially constructed opportunities. Cognitive development is continual. He also believes that it involves zone of proximal development and scaffolding, which we can see over here. Here are some scaffolding strategies. So Pygots's theory also suggests that individuals learn through prior knowledge, and it also involves schemas. So the first thing I'll be talking about today is Kahoot. I've chosen to talk about Kahoot as it is one of my favorite online learning tools I have come across. So Kahoot is a fun learning platform where teachers can create quizzes, discussions, or surveys involving all their students. So just a quick view of how it works. Okay, so basically the teacher can choose what they want to talk about. Here is, this is what will be displayed on the projector. Students grab this number. This is what the students will be projected on their phones or on their computers or iPads. They paste in a number, they put in a nickname, and then once everyone is in, the teacher can start the activity. Question begins. This is what is on the projector screen. Students read the question and then they answer it. So, right, they got the question incorrect. And then they can see on the board what the correct answer was. The correct answer was accidental, and then it gives you a scoreboard. So Kahoot can support constructivist approaches to learning and teaching in a variety of ways. So the teachers can use Kahoot as a form of assessment prior to commencing a lesson or start of a new topic to assess students' prior knowledge and background experiences on the subject. This will then allow teachers to determine where the students are at and allow them to create appropriate lessons for their diverse learners. A discussion prompted after a Kahoot quiz promotes social learning and allows students to collaborate their ideas and thoughts, deepening their understandings and knowledge on a particular topic. Discussions also allow students who may be struggling with guidance on how to effectively organize their thoughts, as well as providing them with a new way of thinking when answering questions. Furthermore, creating a Kahoot discussion or quiz allows students to work together and provides opportunities for students to construct their learning and support their peers in doing the same. So Kahoot can support the needs of diverse learners in many ways. Creating a Kahoot with mostly visual imagery and videos can assist non-English speaking background students greatly, as they will be able to answer questions through the use of pictures. For students on the autism spectrum, it will allow them to participate in activities that require non-verbal communication and also provide students with structure. These students will feel comfortable completing this activity throughout the term as they know how to use it. Kahoot can also support students with physical disabilities in fine motor skills, such as students who have maybe amputated fingers, hands, or arms. Students can either pair up with their peers or may have an alternate way of clicking the correct answer on Kahoot, further promoting these students to be actively participate in this activity, practice their problem-solving skills, and feel included. Kahoot can also be used when assigning homework to students, as it will allow students to revise and reinforce what they have just learnt in class. So for students who are reading writing students, they will be able to write down the questions and answers from the Kahoot as they learn better that way. Visual learners can revise the quiz as they learn better from seeing things for themselves, and kinesthetic learners can benefit as they can revisit the same Kahoot quiz and redo it as they retain info better by creating and practicing. So here's just a picture. Alrighty, so Kahoot can be implemented safely, responsibly, and ethically in multiple ways. Ensuring all students have a device, such as iPads or computers, is important to ensure that all students participate. Setting the Kahoot to private with only your students participating in the quiz or discussion is imperative to ensure adequate safety from online predators. The music of Kahoot, as you would have heard before, may be overstimulating students. So perhaps playing more calming music will assist in managing the classroom and allow students to participate responsibly. So constantly checking that all students are playing the Kahoot properly is also important. So the next tool I will be talking about today is the iPad. I believe the iPad is an excellent tool as the potential uses are endless. An iPad is a tablet with many uses such as browsing the internet, playing games, sending emails. In a classroom, an iPad can be used to turn in assignments, to complete homework, watch educational videos, listen to audio books, and provide students with educational apps such as virtual dissections. So iPads support constructivist approaches to learning through providing learner-centered experiences, promoting learning opportunities and interests that lead to the development of fundamental skills and knowledge. iPads can be used to encourage discovery learning through activities such as research assignments or even virtual dissections. Research assignments will allow students to investigate, question, and form their own conclusions to a specific topic. Virtual dissections encourage students to discover how things work through the iPad instead of using dangerous or expensive equipment. It also promotes students to work together to come up with their own conclusions. Therefore, through the use of the iPad, students learn how to actively manipulate materials and are able to discover the connections. So the iPad can provide students with a variety of apps that can be used to help learners with their learning. For example, children with autism, the Children with Autism Visual Scheduler app is also beneficial as it provides students with wearable visual schedules, allowing them to have access at all times and allow them to check on what's happening next in the classroom. The iPad can also assist with a range of diverse learners. Teachers can create beneficial activities for visual learners through encouraging students to watch videos or use diagrams. Teachers can assign auditory learners to listen to audiobooks instead of reading a textbook. Through emails, teachers can provide reading and writing students with multiple forms of appropriate readings that will encourage these types of learners to learn. And for kinesthetic learners, teachers can assign YouTube videos where they can individually dissect the human body to see where certain muscles and bones are located. iPads can also assist, provide help to non-English speaking background students, as well as students who need extension activities or those who need extra help with the use of videos or extra online activities. So iPads can be used safely in a number of different ways. So teaching students about digital citizenship and the importance of their rights and responsibilities with digital etiquette and digital security is important. Teaching students about how to use the iPads for educational usage during school is important in ensuring students are using the iPad appropriately, responsibly, and safely. Setting clear expectations and ground rules is also important, and also being well prepared when creating an activity is important to ensure that the class can be managed effectively. So life before iPads and life with iPads just shows the difference. So finally, I will be talking about Jeopardy Labs. So I have used Jeopardy Labs during my uni and I found it very interesting. So how it works is that so there are 20 questions on the board. Students are to work in groups and they are to pick a question. So if they pick a question, they read it, they find an answer, they discuss with each other and they find an answer, and then the answer is provided on the board. And if they get it correct, teachers can give them points. Okay, so It encourages students to socially interact with one another and gives them opportunities to construct their learning and support their peers in doing the same. Collaborative activities also promote students to reflect on their conversation with their peers, further enhancing their learning ability. Novice learners are also enabled to develop their skills and knowledge as through communicating with their peers provides them with guidance on how to approach and answer a question appropriately. Furthermore, group work during this activity will allow students to become more independent, autonomous, and self-regulated learners. So Jeopardy Labs promotes group collaboration and provides diverse learners within the class with great opportunities to enhance their learning. Students are encouraged to discuss their answers amongst their groups, which will allow with the development of non-English speaking background students with learning disabilities, also such as autism, or even students with physical disabilities such as hearing loss. Students who don't speak English can use the activity to motivate them, as when they participate, they will have a chance to learn how to critically think and come up with the answer with their peers. Students with learning difficulties or disabilities have the opportunity to work with others, enabling them to gain a further understanding of the activity and can be guided by other students. The ICT activity can also help auditory learners, as by listening to peer responses will help them gain a greater understanding on the topic taught in class. And for students who are reading/writing learners, reading the question and writing the answers on a paper will help them retain the information easier. So lastly, to ensure that Jeopardy Labs is implemented safely in the classroom, ensuring that ground rules are set before the activity commences will allow teachers to have control over the class. If students create their own Jeopardy activity, it is important to provide them with appropriate websites to help them source the information. And finally, providing students with a point system for behaviour may also assist in ensuring students are participating responsibly. Thank you.